Alrighty, let's get started with our chart. We'll do our final silent E chart first. Let's put your snacky over there. Go ahead and read the top row.
Sense lapse, tense else, geese rinse.
Start when you're ready.
Sense lapse, tense else, geese rinse. Lapse, sense, rinse, geese else, tense else, rinse, lapse, tense, sense, geese rinse, else, geese sense, tense, lapse, tense, geese rinse, lapse, sense else, sense, lapse, tense else, geese rinse, lapse, sense, rinse, geese else, tense else, rinse, lapse, tense, sense, geese rinse, else, geese sense, tense, lapse, tense, geese rinse, lapse, sense else, sense lapse, tense else, geese rinse, lapse, sense rinse, geese else, tense else, rinse, lapse, tense else, geese sense, geese rinse, else, geese sense rinse, tense lapse, tense, geese rinse, lapse.
Alrighty, so that was 88. One more from yesterday. Alright, then we're just going to do this one today, and it's a card, and today you're going to list for a minute. It's something you ride. All right, so get your mind ready, and should I keep score?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then as soon as you do your first one, I'll start it. It's something you
Car,
ride.
train, motorcycle, ATV, go-kart, toy car, slides, train, rocket ship, crazy cart, boat, ATV,
Alrighty, 13.
four-wheeler,
Is a four-wheeler and an ATV the same thing? No, they're a little different, aren't they? All right, good job. And then we have one more chart, which is our retired wordless chart. Read the top row for me.
swap, squid, 6 plus quilt, brook,
All right, start with
swap, squid, 6 plus quilt, brook, 6 brook, swap, quilt, plus squid, squid, 6 plus brook, swap, quilt, plus quilt, squid, swap, brook, 6 plus quilt, brook, squid, swap, squid, 6 plus quilt, brook, 6 brook, swap, quilt, plus squid, 6 plus brook, swap, quilt, plus quilt, squid, swap, brook, 6 plus quilt, brook, squid, swap, squid, 6 plus quilt, brook, 6 brook, swap, quilt, plus squid, 6 plus brook, swap, quilt, plus quilt, squid, swap, brook, 6 plus quilt, brook, squid, swap, squid, 6 plus quilt, brook, 6 brook, swap, quilt, glass, squid.
Alrighty. That was 90, 101, 102. It's close to what you got last time. I think you've got this one down. I think that one needs to be retired.
The retired word deck is going to be retired.
Yes, the retired word deck chart will be retired. All right, and then for our handwriting today, we're gonna, you know how we finished up learning the capitals? We're gonna go back and review a couple of the capitals that we learned a while back. And you've got the K, which is one of our cane letters. And the M, is the M a cane letter as well?
Mhm.
It is, 'cause it has that little cane right up top there. And the W, then the G, which is fun, that's the curve way up right. Then our I is the curve way up. Oop. Then you've got the little arm, our T, and our L. All right, so why don't you go ahead and get in wow position, get your body nice and lined up, hold your notebook with your helping hand, and go ahead and do one more copy of your letters there.
Yours is like
Very nice.
the shorter.
Oh, right, a little bit shorter. That's how they have it on here too. This one is even a little bit shorter than how I had you model. Wow, wonderful. Your G looks great.
Do you start here?
You know, yeah, you'll start here kind of and then come back around. You're gonna come up into the arm. An impressive eye. A terrific T. And a lovely L. Very nice. Nice looking cursive there. All right, now let's go to our IRD. All right, our final stable syllable. A final stable syllable is coded with a half bracket accent the syllable before. Final stable syllable.
Final stable syllable. Bubble. B-L-E. Double.
Bull.
Bull.
Good. Consonant clusters. 2 or more adjacent letters that make one sound.
Digraph TH. Mother. Digraph TH. Emma. Digraph TK. Chuck. Don't remind me. I know it. Why?
Do you need a clue?
I know it starts with a C.
It does start with a C.
Compare?
Combination?
Combination.
Mm-hmm.
Queen club. Q queen club.
Perfect.
Digraph NG. King.
Open syllables. Open syllable ends in one vowel. The vowel in an open accented syllable is long. Code it with a macron. Long vowels say their name.
I.
Special situations. You just gotta know them.
A watch up.
Ah.
A banana up.
Consonants. Consonants close the mouth. The sound is blocked or partially blocked by the teeth, tongue, or lips.
It's a R. box, and nest, and sing, Z zebra, P big P, Y on W wagon, T table, L equal, D doctor, J jam, S socks, S nose, M B Baba, B Valentine, B G go go, C cup, F fish, K cake.
Closed syllables. A closed syllable ends in at least one consonant after one vowel. The vowel in a closed syllable is short. Code it with a brief.
Yeah, but your umbrella, yeah, but I do. Oh, octopus off.
Good. Vowel pair syllable. A vowel pair syllable has two adjacent vowels. Treat each pair with loving care.
Digraph O, book O. Digraph E, V, E.
All right. And then let's just go over these two cards today. What's this one here?
Consonant suffix less. L-E-S-S.
Right.
Without.
Yeah, and what is our reminder word?
Sleeveless.
Without.
Less.
Good. All right, and how about this one here?
Digraph.
Nope.
Consonant full.
Suffix.
Consonant suffix full. F-U-L. Full of. Hopeful.
Good.
Wait, was the word actually hopeful?
Huh? Hopeful is the one that we have on the. All right, now let's get to spelling.
Marian. Oh.
Let's see, how about do that one because that's a fun color. All right, make sure you're in good writing position, well position, feet on the floor, helping hand on your sheet here. All right.
K.
Z.
Z. S. Comma Z.
Z final S. F.
E.
Ah.
O. Comma. Nothing.
Oh, you do like O, comma, like in watch.
Comma. A. P.
G.
G.
Ng.
Ng. And G.
A.
A. T.
M.
M.
O.
O. L.
W.
W.
O.
O. O. H.
N.
N.
I.
I.
R.
R. F. A. Comma. U.
S.
S.
All right. Did we run out of space? Oh, you want to keep going? Oh, you want. We'll just do it.
C, comma, K, final, C, K, comma, K.
All right, perfect.
C, comma, K, final, C, K, comma, K.
Perfect, perfect. All righty. Let's see, why don't you wipe that off for me? Today we do have a concept.
For a first time.
I know. We've been working on some other things, haven't we? All right. So I'm going to say some words. I want you to repeat after me and listen for what you hear in the final position. Our first one, uncle.
Uncle.
Article.
Article.
Icicle.
Icicle.
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
What do you hear in the final position?
Coal.
Yeah, cool. And we do
KL.
have,
Do you have coal in there?
let's see, and how do you predict we spell the coal sound today?
KL.
KL, all right. Well, here's this. Oh, you know what? I'm skipping ahead because I'm excited about what's in there. Let's take a look at our words and see.
It's
Okay.
something that I can keep.
We have U-N-C-L-E,
Uncle. CL. Dang it.
A-R-T-I-C-L-E, article.
There's probably an article in there.
B-I-C-Y-C-L-E, bicycle.
Or a bicycle. Or a toy bicycle.
Oh, is that your prediction? All right, so your prediction was KL, and what do you see at the end of each of these words?
CL. CLE.
C-L-E, that's right. Does this sound familiar? From one of, like, Bubble?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Don't make
Okay. While riding on my bicycle, I ran into an icicle. I felt an icy
It's cold.
dropsicle. It made me want a
Popsicle.
popsicle.
Strawberry. Can I have it?
You know what? We'll let that sit up here and I'll give you a popsicle when you leave. How does that sound?
That was cold.
I thought that would be a good surprise. Okay, we'll set it over there. Because it will
I
probably
looked
fall.
down here and I saw pop.
Oh, always trying to. And this is going to be our new card. It's got a picture of a popsicle.
Oh, diagraph. Oh no. I'm never gonna remember. You're gonna have
All right.
it on the front.
So the letter CLE make up the final syllable, and the pronunciation of this final syllable is ko. It will always say ko when you see this, like in popsicle, bicycle, unicycle. All right, and it's called a final stable syllable. I
You're
know
gonna have to write
we're
that
still
down.
learning that, aren't we?
I'll write down.
Fine. And you'll notice on here, here, let's not write on the front, but I'll help you remember until it's in your brain. And if you remember,
FUL tiny in the corner.
we code the final stable syllable with a bracket. We put it in jail, remember? And we accent the syllable before it. You see the little accent there. The actual final stable syllable itself is never
Do you have all of
accented.
these flavors? Do you have like
I think this is the only flavor in there. But we'll kind of put that right over there so it doesn't get condensation on everything. Okay, so our new card, where is it gonna hang out in our IRD deck?
final stable syllable?
In the final stable syllables. You know what? I think this is kind of a fun section. Bubbles, popsicles.
Okay, next one is Kit Kats.
That would be fun.
King size Kit Kat.
All right. So,
Cool.
how am I gonna have
Tic-tac-toe.
tic-tac-toe? We're gonna have one
Cat. Cool.
Um, one application word today. I'm gonna write it on here. Then I'm gonna have you code it for us.
Just one word.
U-N-C-L-E. All right. Why don't you go ahead and code that? I'll put our popsicle back out here so you can remember. Oh, good, you remembered how you code that. Good, and read our word for us.
Uncle.
Uncle. I have 9 uncles on my mom's side
You do?
because my mom has or 9 brothers. So our first part here,
Whoa!
I know, right? What type of syllable is this? What type of syllable is the first syllable?
You.
Hmm?
Oh. Closed syllable.
That's right, closed syllable. And then our last syllable is a?
Final S. FSS.
That's right, FSS, final stable syllable. Good. All right.
Should be stable. Oh.
Should we what?
No.
All right, I'm gonna put our popsicle away now. Back with his friend Bubbles. All right, today for our reading practice, we've got some sentences. All right, let's see here. And what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna give you a pen, and for each sentence, I want you to read it in your mind, and if there are any words that trip you up, I want you to code them. And then when you're ready, I want you to read the sentence out loud. All right, number 1.
The parrot bit the lad.
Phrase. In here first.
The parrot bit the lad.
Good. Number 2.
Our kitten is soft to pat.
Okay, and let's check that first one again. Your. Yeah, the spacing does look kind of funny on that one, but it's your kitten. Okay, number 3.
That's like not even right here.
No, I know exactly what you were thinking. Okay, and number 3 in your mind.
Pat will win the contest next week.
Good. Number 4 in your mind. If you need to code, please do so.
We see an oblong box of buttons in the attic of the dwelling.
Good. Yeah, that was a tough one. You did great. Okay, number 5 in your mind.
Oblong is a weird thing.
Oblong is a strange word, I agree. All right, number 5 in your mind.
Put the leeks in the basket with the carrots.
That's right. Do you remember what a leek is?
I know one type.
Oh, like a water leek? This type is a vegetable leek. It looks kind of like the bottom. You know what a green onion is? Like the long, skinny onions that are green on top and white at the bottom?
I think so.
A leek looks just like that. It has a little bit of roots on the bottom. It starts out white and goes up long, and they're pretty big and about that big around. So it's a vegetable. Okay, number 6 in your mind.
Can you solve the problem?
Okay, yep, and I heard the question there. Good. And number 7 in your mind?
The van will get stuck in traffic at 6.
Yep. All right, and then our last one in your mind?
Father will not rest on a bed unless it is soft.
Very good. All right, nice job. So let's see, we talked about the word oblong and what a weird word it is, right? You know, it's kind of like a oblong, like an oval. You know what that means. Do you know what a dwelling means? A dwelling? A house is a dwelling, or a place that you stay. A dwelling. A dog house might be a dog's dwelling. To dwell means to be in a place. All right.
Your phone has low battery.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Hopefully it didn't cause any problems. All right. Let's go to our spelling practice. And it's been a while since we've had dictation sentences, but today we're going to do a couple sentences in our notebook. Alrighty. Here's your notebook. Let's get an actual pen. Do you want purple? I'll trade you a purple marker for a purple pen. Alright, and remember, because it's been a while, are you in good writing position, nice and straight? I'm going to tell you the sentence. You're going to look and listen. You're going to repeat the sentence and write the sentence, and then we'll read to check. Alright? So, okay, look and listen. All right, let's get ready. Look and listen.
Is it written in cursive?
It's your choice. I would love for you to write in cursive, but I'll let it be your choice. Okay, are you ready? Eyes up here. Zap.
Zap.
Oop. Eyes up here. Zap. The rabbit jumped fast. And repeat it.
Zap. The rabbit jumped fast.
All right.
Zap. This is a capital. This is not there. Is it the rabbit runs fast?
Zap. The rabbit jumped fast.
Got
All right. I'm going to read it and make sure you got everything you need. Zap! The rabbit jumped fast.
Okay.
All right. You ready for number 2?
Okay.
Look and listen. Oh, let's get in good wild position. Thank you. Look, eyes up here. The bumblebee seemed mad. Repeat.
The bumblebee seemed mad. You spelled bumble. When will be our last time doing this?
We'll talk about that soon. Okay, read along to check, make sure you got everything. The bumblebee seemed mad. Okay, and then our last one. Eyes up here. Bill helped with the mess.
Bill helped with the mess.
Okay, and follow along. Bill helped with the mess.
Bill helped with the mess.
Alrighty.
Oh,
I got just a mark. All right, let's see. Do you remember a while back we read a story?
wow, we're almost done. What
Yeah,
time
we're
is it?
cruising. Well, I did miss our warm up for spelling. We were gonna omit some syllables that I forgot. Should we go back and warm up even though we did our sentences?
It's okay.
How about we do just a couple of them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a word, you repeat it, and then say it without a syllable. Cricket
Cricket.
without the kit.
Crit.
Turkey
Turkey.
without the tur.
Keep.
Napkin
Napkin.
without the kin.
Nap.
Winter
Winter.
without the tur.
Wind.
Oh, without the tur.
Moon.
There you go. Good. All right. So, I know one big thing that happened this year is that, I keep missing things today. I didn't do our regular word list. We'll do that next time. I know one thing that happened this year is that you got a pet.
Mm-hmm.
What's your pet's name?
Patches.
And tell me something that you've learned about having a pet.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. What's a hard thing about having a pet?
Taking them out.
Having to take them out? Yeah, because if you don't, messes happen, right? And what's a surprising thing you've learned about having a pet?
They sleep a lot.
You know what? I'm surprised by that too. Monty sleeps most of the day.
He does?
Mm-hmm. He's always excited when you come though, and then has to be right by us though. He's down over here. All right. So can you think the type of pet we're talking about is an animal, right? An animal that you keep in your house or at your house for company, for enjoyment,
Oh, the
right? Do you have any friends with strange pets?
ferret.
A ferret. My little sister had a ferret when she was growing up. They're very cute, but they can be naughty.
Again, what did I do?
They like to steal things and hide them. Like little shiny things. Are you done with that? Let's put that away. All right. Can you think of any other word for a pet?
Crazy.
What about, or different meaning for the word, I should say. What about in school? What is a teacher's pet?
A person.
Okay, what kind of person?
A smart and not crazy person.
A smart, not crazy person? Or a person that the teacher likes a lot? Favors, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? All right, so Bryce
I don't know how Miss Nichols has.
is her favorite student. He's the teacher's pet. And have you ever heard this? Have you ever heard it used as a nickname? Oh, don't cry, pet. It'll be okay. Pet's kind of like honey or baby, or sometimes like what words moms say to their kids. Oh, pet. Let's see. Have you ever heard of a pet project? A pet project is something that you kind of have that you really like to work on. So if you're an artist, maybe your pet project is doing pottery and you've been working on a project for a while. Or if you like mechanics, maybe your pet project is an old sports car in the garage that you work on because you think it's fun. Let's
Or
see.
if it's baseball and you practice every day.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do to your pet?
You treat it well.
Well, think of the
Most
word
of
we're
the
talking
time.
about. What if you're doing this?
Pet it.
You pet your pet, right? So pet can be a verb, meaning to stroke it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to pet Monty right after he gets a haircut because he's super soft.
Just it.
Have
Rough
you-
'em up.
Have you ever heard of a pet peeve? Do you know what a pet peeve is? Oh, my pet peeve is when people don't use their blinker while they're driving.
Oh, you're bad. Like a bad thing.
Yeah, like things that bug you or annoy you.
I think I heard that before.
Yeah. Oh, my pet peeve is when people chew on their fingernails. That is kind of one of my pet peeves. Not just anybody, but when my kids chew their fingernails. Let's see. Did I have any other? Oh, you know what? This was one that I hadn't heard before. It is, let's see, like pet could be a fit of sulkiness or ill humor. Oh, she's in a real pet today, meaning like a bad mood. I'd never heard that one. That one was,
Pest? She's a real pest.
or she's in a pet, meaning like a bad mood or she's ill-tempered. All right, so we have read this story before, And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a paired reading. And seeing you and I are the pair here, we'll read it together. And as we're reading it, I want you to think about just the punctuation and the words. And if you need to stop and code a word, fine. But let's work kind of on reading it nice and smoothly because it's a story that we have seen before. And would you like to start or would you like me to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Pets can go to Miss Mack's class. Sid brings Scamp, his pet dog. Scamp has black spots. He naps on a soft mat in his pen.
Okay. Lil's pet is Speck. It is a red hen that has black and tan specks. Speck is resting in its nest.
Ned brings his pet frog. Brings his pet in a glass tank. His frog, he has a frog. His pet frog, Tad, hops on damp moss in the tank.
Greg has a fat pink pig. Hoss is Greg's pet pig. Hoss flops in his pen and snacks on a cob. It is grand to be in Miss Mack's class, thinks Hoss.
Pam has a soft tan cat. This is Catty.
Now what's this one right here?
Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty. Cat, palm, cats.
Use your finger to follow along.
Cats,
Right here, there you go.
Pam
Pam.
Pam tells the class. Pam lifts the cat. He climbs to Pam. Kitty. Cat is not glad to be in Miss Mack's class.
Okay, and let's come back here to this word right here.
Pam,
And let's kind of break it down. What does that sound say?
clings.
Yeah, he clings to Pam. He needs to hold on, probably with his kitty cat claws, right? Miss Mack asks Greg to hand math books to the class. The pets nap as the class adds in math books.
Then Miss Mack has the class do spelling. Ned stands on his desk and spells cook. C-O-O-K. Then he sits and Pam stands. Pam spells spent. S-P-E-N-T. As the class spells the nap pets.
The what? The
Pets nap.
tick tock. The clock is at 10. Ding-a-ling, the bell is ringing.
Miss Mack looks at the pets and grins. The pets are resting. Let's go. Ned can be it. He can tag
Yep, good.
and paw.
That's a short A. Pal.
Pow. The pets are left in Miss Mack's class.
Speck is resting on its nest. Hoss and Kitty Cat are resting. Tad is resting on a damp rock. Scamp is not going to rest. He thinks he can smell ham. He rams his pen and the lock flicks off. Click, clack. Oh no! The dog can go.
Scamp flings the lock off the pen. Kitty Cat, and Hoss go off. Scamp tips Tad's tank. Bam! Tad hops off. Speck isn't going off. Then Hen sits on its nest.
Kitty Cat is hissing at Scamp. He flits past the dog. Miss Mac's desk sits on a tan mat. Kitty Cat lands on Miss Mac's desk. A black ink pad slips off the desk and plops on the tan mat.
Tad, the frog hops on the ink pad. Flip flop, he is tracking black ink on the desks.
Kitty Cat plops on the mat. He kicks his foot. It has black ink on it. Kitty Cat is tracking black ink on Lil's spelling book.
Speck sits still on Tad and Kitty
He sits still.
as Tad and Kitty Cat track ink on books. The desks, Speck on books and desks.
Use your fingers.
Speck is resting in the nest.
Hoss is slinging cobs. A cob lands on Miss Mac's desk. Tracks slip off the desk and spill.
Scamp trips on a stack of math books and hits a plant in a glass pot. The pot tracks and sand spills on the sill in the nest.
On the sill. Right here.
Speck is still resting in its nest as the tacks and sand spill.
Oh no! Miss Mac is at the sill looking in. Miss Mac is cross.
Look at the mess, gasped Miss Mac. Lil said, I can help, so can I, said Sid. Pam, Ned, and I can help, adds Greg.
So Ned, Pam, Lil, Sid, and Greg go back in to help Miss Mac.
Pa sits on Miss Mac's desk. Pa sits on Miss Mac's desk, snacking on a cob. Tad sits on stacks of books. Scamp digs in sand and on the sill. Kitty Cat sits on the mat and licks ink off his foot.
Speck still sits on its nest. It is so odd. Is Speck sick? Lil lifts Speck off its nest. Oh, look! Speck is not sick. Speck has an egg.
The clock is at 3. The pets can go. Miss Mac is glad pets are not good in a class.
Could you imagine if everybody brought their pets to your class?
That would be fun.
Yeah. Patches would like it, I think.
Yeah, he would love it.
Do you know, has Patches ever met a cat before?
No.
No? I wonder how that would go. He might like it. Monty likes cats. He's not mean to them. He's interested in them. All right, so today, if you remember, yesterday we talked about different things you can cook. Today we're going to use our describing hierarchy. I'm going to show you some things that we have in the kitchen. You're going to name them. We're going to talk about what category they belong in, and then what their function is. And we can talk about their attributes, like their color, their size, how they feel. All right, so my trusty little bag here.
Oh, there's something big in there.
There are a couple big things. The first thing I have is
Pan, probably.
First thing I have is this. Do you know what that's called?
Spatula.
Spatula. All right. And tell me the categories that a spatula might belong in.
Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen stores.
Yeah, you could find it in a kitchen store.
Probably in Randall's.
Mm-hmm. What's it made of?
Wood and rubber.
Okay, so it's could belong in groups of things made with wood and rubber. What other kind of categories could it go in? Things you might find in a kitchen drawer.
Yeah.
What's a function of a spatula?
To stir things.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the rubbery end is used for?
To separate things.
Mm-hmm. When your mom's making brownies, what does she do at the very end with the bowl?
She takes this and licks it.
That's the very last thing you do is you lick the spatula. But, you know, see how this is rubbery? It can go along the edge of the bowl and it's
Oh yeah, you
scrapes it all down. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how about some of its attributes? What color is our spatula?
blue and whitish.
And what size is it?
Probably about a foot.
I think you're right on. That looks right about a foot. And what shape?
A stick and axe. It still looks like an axe.
It does look like an axe. Yep. Do you think this axe would be very good at chopping logs? You think so?
If you can break this metal, if you make this metal.
Right. If it was metal at the end, but it's not. It's rubber. Okay. Well, let's look at our next thing. Our next thing.
Spoon.
What kind of spoon is that?
A giant spoon.
A giant spoon? Kind of has a name. Do you know what its name is? What's it made out of?
Wood.
A wooden spoon.
Didn't want to eat it.
Nope. What do you think happened right there?
It got burnt.
The handle melted. And what category does a spoon go in?
Did you drop it in then? Did you go like that and then something popped up in?
Let me show you what happened. Cooking. Set it on top of my pan. My pan was hot and it melted it. So what category can our spoon go in?
The spoons.
Okay, and what else? It's similar to this one. What categories did we put our spatula in?
Spinning, the mixing,
Oh, the mixing category. Okay.
the being burnt category.
Oh, that one definitely can be in the burnt category.
The big spoon category.
Where do you find it?
In the wooden places.
What are wooden places?
Kitchen places.
Okay, in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Okay, and function of the spoon?
Stir things
Mm-hmm. To stir.
and to go.
Oh, the taste tester category or function. What other things can you do with a wooden spoon?
You can whack people with them.
You know what? When I was a kid, my mom would say, "Do I need to get the wooden spoon?" She never ever spanked me with one, but she always threatened to. Okay, so it can be the whacking category or function. It can be used for stirring, for clapping. And tell me about the attributes of the wooden spoon. What color is the wooden spoon?
White-ish.
Mm-hmm. And what about size?
Probably at 11.5 inches.
Okay, so I see you holding those two together. Put into a sentence comparing the spatula.
The
And-
spatula is smaller, is bigger than the spoon.
Okay, good. And what about the feel of the wooden spoon?
Feels woody.
Okay, so the wooden spoon feels woody?
Yeah.
How does woody feel?
Sometimes it's a little smooth.
Okay.
Little bumpy.
A little bit bumpy, a little bit rough. Okay. Now, let's set our utensils over here. And I've got one more
Like
thing
a
for you to look
knife.
at.
And then,
Oh, yeah? Chop it up.
and this is a frying pan.
You already know. So a frying pan, you already named it.
It's a
So what
frying pan.
categories do frying pans belong in?
The kitchen.
Kitchen? Where else might you see a frying pan?
In the head whacking section.
Especially, have you seen the movie Tangled?
Yes.
So it might go in the weapons category.
Yeah.
Remember, she carries the frying pan around. Don't whack yourself. Okay, and what's the function of a frying pan?
Fry things.
Fry things, cook things. Mm-hmm. How could you use a frying pan on a windy day?
Block the wind.
You could block the wind. What if you're doing homework on a windy day? And you have lots of papers around.
Put it on the corner.
Yep, it could be a paperweight. Okay. And what about its attributes? What color is this frying pan?
Black and silverish.
Mm-hmm. And the size of the frying pan?
Probably about 6 inches around.
Okay. So the shape.
Is 6 inches around.
What
Maybe
shape is that?
circle.
Circle. Yeah. Okay, I have one last pan for you to look at. Oh, I said pan. Tell me about this one.
It's a different spoon.
Oh, a spoon. So is that a pan or a spoon?
A spoon.
All right, so we're going to say it's a spoon. So what category does this?
There's spoons.
It's kind of like a ladle. Do you know what a ladle is?
Ladle. I made it out of clay.
I think that's a dreidel. But a ladle, like what they would scoop water out of or soup. Okay. Yikes. And what category does this go in?
The spoons. The pans.
The pans. Mm-hmm. Things we find in the kitchen.
The weapon.
It could be a weapon. I would not want to get hit with that. Okay.
Which one
What's-
do you think would hurt more? This one.
I think they both could do some damage. What might we use this pan for? What's its function? We said this one was good for frying, right?
This one's good for making mac and cheese.
That is a good mac and cheese pan. This one is my scrambled egg pan.
Yeah.
Or a grilled cheese pan. That one's mac and cheese. What else could you make in that one?
Soup.
Soup. That would be good. And how about the color of that one?
Silver. Mostly silver, but with some burnt marks inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, kind of the discoloration from cooking. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to set these aside and we'll talk a little bit more about cooking the next time. And that leaves us with about a minute or two to read from our book because I want to know what Colton is up to.
I do too.
Okay, remember he just made it to the Great Lakes boot camp and he got his uniforms. Do you remember the two types of uniforms he got?
A blue and white.
A blue and a white one. His dress uniform and his everyday uniform. All right. I was just so glad to finally be dressed again. Next, they issued our sea bags, big canvas bags, one for each of us, that we'd use to carry everything they gave us. Hammock and mattress and 2 mattress covers that somebody called a fart sack. I later understood why. Also, 1 pillow and 2 pillow covers and a couple of blankets, a pea coat, underwear and uniforms, and not much else. The petty officer demonstrated how we were expected to lay all of our bedding items and clothing in a particular order before rolling them up in the mattress so they wouldn't take up much room when they were strapped in to our sea bags. He kept calling us Boots the whole time. "All right, Boots," he yelled. "That's how it's done, and that's how you'll do it from now on. It's Navy regulation, and everything in your life from this moment forward will be done according to Navy regulations. When you eat, pee, poop, wipe yourself, tie your shoes, stand in line. Even when you complain, you will do it according to Navy regulations. You understand me?" "Yes, sir," I said, before I could stop myself. But I'd always been raised to say yes, sir, and no, sir, so it was just a habit. No one else had spoken, though, and I realized it wasn't the sort of question that you were supposed to answer. The petty officer glared at me, but let it go. It was the last time anybody would let anything go for the next 6 weeks. All right.
You have to have like another 10 minutes.
I know. This book is too good, isn't it? All right.